and it is probably the most absorbable form of magnesium.
What about the liquid one? I see it in our local stores.
Ah, yes, I guess you'd check what form of magnesium it is, but most magnesiums would be fine.
Someone else has asked, does cabbage help with healing ulcers or reflux?
Yes, it has been known to help. How it would help reflux is not so much acting on that little cardiac sphincter muscle, but more probably improving digestion.
Or maybe the management of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Acid reflux and polyps in the throat. How would you reverse that?
The polyps in the throat can often be a result of the acid coming up. And with polyps in the throat, they can wear castor oil compresses around the throat at night. The castor oil penetrates deep and can help to break up unnatural formations. But once the cardiac sphincter is strengthened by giving rest between meals and rest at night and taking the magnesium to strengthen it. Now there's one more point that I didn't mention, and that is that our cardiac sphincter sits right in the middle of our diaphragm. And so when our abdominal muscles are strong and we are abdominal breathing, that strengthens that whole abdominal muscular area, which has an effect to help strengthen the cardiac sphincter. So strengthening the abdominal muscles is very important. I mentioned in a previous presentation we should all be doing push-ups every day. And push-ups are great at strengthening the abdomen. You've just got to make an appointment with yourself so that you can do it.
And then there is another question that asks, what is the relation between citrus fruits, beans, kales, etc. with a reflux? They are known to trigger acidity. Should that be avoided?
Well, what we have to remember first of all, that an acid stomach is a very good thing. For many years now, people have been told that an acid stomach is not good, but an acid stomach is very good because it's acid that's required to break down our protein. And if someone says to me, I have a very acid stomach, I say, congratulations, that's fantastic. It means that you're digesting your meals very effectively, because dogs have 10 times the acid in their stomach than humans have. And dogs don't get reflux or stomach ulcers. It's not the acid. It's often not enough acid. And when someone hasn't got enough acid, the food can sit there for too long and start to ferment. And the fermentation of that can even come up and cause discomfort. And yes, it is true that acid fruits like your lemon, your orange, they increase acidity, but remember that's good. And the beans should only be a problem if they're not properly prepared. So they should be soaked, they should be very well rinsed, even brought to the boil and rinsed again. And depending on the bean, for the longer cooking beans like your chickpea or your kidney beans, I will often rinse them 3/4 of the way through cooking. And then in the last quarter of cooking I'll have them with the flavourings, the sauces. If they still cause a problem, my suggestion is bring it back until they don't cause a problem. So a teaspoon a meal, if that causes a problem, have half a teaspoon a meal. So you bring it back, remember you're the doctor here, bring it back until it doesn't cause a problem. You might be down to 1 bean a meal. But that's all right, that's just for now. And then after a week you might try 2 beans. And then 3 beans, but little by little you can get your stomach used to it.
And it does work when you go step by step.